Hi, I'd like to welcome you to A Moment with the Author, a series where we interview local authors and let them tell us about their books and their stories. My name is Ray, and today I'm joined by Nathan Roten, who has written a new and exciting book called Embark, which we're really excited about. Nate's been a customer of the Cornerstone for years, known your family for years, and we're just really excited about this book. So we're glad to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. My pleasure.
We'd just like to know if you'd tell the viewers a little bit about yourself, first of all, and then maybe how you came to write the book.
Okay. Well, like you said, I've been a Boone native pretty much my whole life. I grew up in a great Christian family who really raised me right. And, I hadn't really traveled much. I don't, wish I had this really elaborate story of, going out in the mission field and that kind of stuff. But really, just a hometown boy. And,
well, that means you identify with the rest of us. So
yeah, that's right. I guess so. Yeah. So, I guess the best way to go about it is to give you a little bit of my testimony. And my dad was the head of the FCA for a long time over at Watauga High School, and I kind of grew up in that. And I went through it, and when I was 7 years old, I accepted Christ, but I kind of struggled with that because I didn't really know that I knew God, because I saw how other Christians acted, and I really wasn't that way. So I really started questioning my faith, and it didn't really hit me until I was in FCA and I was asked to give my testimony, and I realized I didn't really have one. So I did a lot of soul searching and a lot of rebellion at the same time, and that kind of carried into college. Where I started drinking and partying and, typical college thing you would think.
Sure.
But I really started kind of going into a deep depression at the same time. Because, deep down inside I knew it wasn't me. And that's when I really kind of hit rock bottom. And that's when I really kind of got on my knees. And for the first time, I really kind of, all the head knowledge you have, when you grow up in church, it really kind of sunk down to my heart. And it's that time, it was October 16th in 2000. I remember the exact day.
Wow.
That I got saved. And, ever since, I've really had a passion to know God more, to know Christ more, and to serve Him. So.
It's a good testimony. It's a very good testimony.
Yeah.
Well, what led you to write this book, Embark? Love the cover. It's got the compass on the front.
Yeah, that's great. That was the first take, too.
Oh,
so, yeah,
nice.
Designing it. Yeah, it was great.
Tell us about that. What led you to write this book, Nate?
Well, it was after I got out of college. I was on a framing crew over in Fosco, and I always took my lunch breaks on a little picnic table outside of a restaurant down close to where we were working. And I was having my quiet time, and I came across the kind of the backbone, I guess, of this book was a set of scriptures out of 2 Peter. And it's a set of verses, and you'll see when you read it, but it kind of repeats itself. It says add to goodness, knowledge, add to knowledge, self-control, and it kind of goes through this list. And typically when I read stuff like that, my eyes kind of glance over and I just kind of pass over it. But I really felt like God was telling me to read it again. So I went through it again, and then He told me to read it again. So I went through it again, and I really felt Him saying, this is the journey that everybody takes in growing and the Christian life, and really felt His Spirit telling me to write on it. And just pretty amazing feat, being that I don't think I ever finished my first book, reading my first book in my freshman year of college. I didn't go to school to be a writer, and for Him to ask me to do that kind of blew me away.
Yeah.
But as I sat down, I started writing it. He just flooded my mind with the structure of it, the verses I used in it. It's just amazing what He did with it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
God has a way of doing that. He'll take us when we don't, maybe we're not qualified or we don't feel qualified. He takes the things that are despised to put to naught the things that are lofty. That's what Paul tells the Corinthians. So I think that's a great place to fall into. That's definitely that definitely is an exciting thing. Nate, you talk about in the book, you use a map metaphor to explain the Christian life and to kind of describe what the Christian life is like using that. Tell us a little bit about that.
All right. Well, when I first started outlining the book, my main intent for it was to reach out to people who are searching for God that may not, necessarily be a Christian, but they're looking, they're searching, they feel like something's not right in their life, or new Christians who don't really know where point A is, and I took it from there, and there's so many books out there that are like really theological, I guess you would say, and I think that kind of took away from what the core message of this is, and it actually being a journey. This is an entire lifetime of you having a relationship with God. And I was reading a book called The Dream Giver. I can't remember the author's name.
Yeah, Bruce Wilkinson.
Yeah. And I really like how he laid out a journey there. And I started reading the backbone verses from 2 Peter again, and I was like, this really is a journey. And, I think people really, it's a fresh aspect of people seeing this as a journey and not just, you need to do this, and, almost like a bullet point.
Or even a one-time event.
Right.
Yeah, so many people see salvation as a one-time event, and showing them that the Christian life really is a set of maybe rest stops on the way.
yeah, exactly. And this is something God wants for you. It's something He designed for you from the beginning of the world.
That's right.
And He didn't design this for you to just be, a good boy or a good girl. He did it so you'd have life and life to the fullest. So that's really what I wanted to portray in this book.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, we're really excited about it. Is there anything else you'd like our viewers to know about Embark?
Well, it's my first one. And, obviously any author's going to be really passionate about the book that they write.
Sure.
But, you'll see when you read it, and I talk about it at the very beginning, that this was completely God-directed. He put it in my spirit to write. He helped me write it. And it probably took 7 years to get to the point where it was even edited.
Wow.
And the editor actually got a hold of me, and that's not typical.
Wow.
And just the way God put everything in place, I mean, I couldn't have done it.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah, very
And,
cool.
Just for it to be sitting here as an actual book, now's God's timing. And
That's exciting. That's exciting. Well, just like the subtitle says, a new and exciting journey awaits. So we want to encourage you guys to come by the Cornerstone and check out Embark by Nathan Roten. Also, check out Nathan's website, www.nathanroten.com. Check us out, cornerstoneboone.com. And be sure to stop by the store and ask for Embark by Nathan Roten. Thank you.